And here's the fourth palm I got yesterday from Tanner. So this is a Canary Island date palm. I think many of you are familiar with it. On the right here are some that I've been growing, and they are very slow for me, and he gave me a pretty decent sized one. New spear in there, nice big pot. I'm gonna keep it inside, so at that size, I expect this thing to move along quite quickly. I won't be surprised if in the next couple of fronds here, they start to go pinnate, Canary Island date palm, Phoenix canariensis, very common in cool areas. It's one of the bigger palms. If you've ever seen a big one, the trunks are quite wide. Huge palms, they need a lot of space, but these palms grow well in places like the UK. Even here in Oregon, you can find them. They're more common down in the southern coast. You will see fully mature specimens, but I do know someone that has a pretty big one in Eugene, which is about 2 hours south of here. And yesterday I was just visiting the big one in Silverton, had a little bit of protection, showed a little bit of browning on the front, but that's a colder area than I'm in. So I actually will be planting this one outside, possibly this year, because it will be relatively easy to protect, and I kind of like to get it under the full sun and get it in the ground and let it have a chance to establish. So not zone 9A, I mean, this palm is kind of a tricky one. It will grow from zone 8 and up, but kind of depends on if it's a wet or a dry zone 8. So I have seen photos of these as far north as North Carolina. On the East Coast, in Florida, you will see old specimens, very tall ones. On the West Coast, the furthest, well, most of them are kind of like in the 9B growing areas along the coast, but there are some in 9A. But the one person I know who has one down outside of Eugene, that would be 8B. So I think they might be marginally drier than us. But we're gonna try this one. The weather in my area has been trending upwards, temperature-wise, especially over the last 15 or 20 years. It seems like the cold winters from way back when don't really seem to affect us. Of the last 5 winters, if you were to rank them by zone, I just my first year at this location, I would say we had an 8B winter. We went down to 19 degrees. Since then, we've had 2 9Bs and 2 9As. So most winters, this palm tree will do fine for me. Again, you want to place it in full sun. You probably need to give it a good amount of water to speed it along, while draining soil. These aren't really like swampy palms, but wind resistant. You just got to be careful because they do have a lot of thorns. But I am excited to have one of a decent size. The weird thing is they are relatively hard to find here, and I don't get that. We can buy Washingtonias, no problem, and same thing, they're very marginal. I actually think that this will have a better chance than my Washingtonia palms at surviving here. And yet we do not get them in the big box stores. We can get Phoenix Robellini, which is the pygmy date palm. They always sell those in the garden center. The Washingtonia Folifera and Robusta, they always sell them. And then they have the Trachycarpus fortunei and the Camarops humilis, which are both, perfectly adapted for our climate. But we never get Phoenix canariensis, which seems kind of crazy. I don't think that they're a very slow-growing palm. I know they do sell them in other areas, but for whatever reason, we don't get them. So, thank you, Tanner. I appreciate it. It's a really nice size palm you gave me. I was looking at getting one from somewhere this summer, but now I don't have to because I think this one will suit me just right. Thanks for watching.